Hello, and welcome to a short presentation on the status of the Huron Road Corridor Plan for the Village of Bellevue. Last evening, the village held an open house along with our consultant, ISG, that's assisting us on this process. The open house was held in order to gather feedback from the community in regards to the progress made so far. Information gathered at that open house, as well as on the website, between now and 7 days will allow modifications to potentially be made to these concepts, as well as a preferred concept that will be presented at a future open house. What we plan to do here is to give a brief overview on each of the exhibits that were displayed at last night's open house, so that you can provide valuable feedback and have an understanding of what each of these exhibits means. This first exhibit is the context map. The context map gives an overview of the area being studied. The Huron Road corridor that's being looked at runs from the north boundary with the city of Green Bay all the way down to State Highway 29 or Kewaunee Road. Over here, it's a site summary that talks about the existing land use and zoning and any other aspects such as environmental and transportation and access that influences the ability to develop in this area. Also, towards the bottom, it talks about utilities. Some of these areas are able to be developed in the near term, where others need additional utility extensions in order to be developed in the future. This second slide is called precedent images. As we get into the concepts, you'll notice that there's different land use designations associated with colors on each of the concepts. This slide is intended to give you an idea of what that means, what those land uses would look like in real life, in addition to having a definition of each of the land uses that are identified. In this case, you have neighborhood commercial and commercial office, mixed use, various types of residential, as well as open space and trails that are incorporated into each of these concepts. Again, these images are representatives of what could be. It doesn't mean this is exactly what will be. So as we get into the concepts, there will be 3 concepts that will be displayed here. Each concept has various colors throughout the corridor, and these colors are coordinated with the different types of land uses down here. Again, commercial office, commercial, mixed use, single family, missing middle, and open space. This also tells you of the 356 acres that are being looked at, how many acres are each in each land use category, as well as the percentage of the overall development. So each concept will vary slightly from the one previous to it. And this allows feedback to say, I like this concept overall. I like this aspect of this concept in the north side, but this concept in the south side. And ultimately, again, that feedback will allow us to refine these plans and come up with a preferred option. Again, this is concept 2. Land uses have changed. Acreages have gone up in some, down in others, and subsequently the percentage of those land uses in each of in this concept has gone up and down with that increase or decrease. And the final concept that was proposed last night. Again, same as before, acreages have gone up in some, down in others, and again, subsequently the land use percentages have gone up and down based on those increases and decreases. As you can see, through all the concepts, the different colors represent each of those land uses and have changed based on the area and location that are shown. This final slide shows all 3 concepts as a comparison. This is a quick reference guide to identify the main differences between each of the concepts. So here you have site stats, and these site stats are specific to the concept it falls underneath. In this case, the commercial office land use component in concept 1 is the lowest amount of acreage of all the concepts, whereas concept 3, it's the highest amount of acreage that is shown. This applies to each of the other land use categories. Where it says narrowly highest and nearly highest, that basically means this one was the first overall amount of acreage, but this was a very, very, very close second. So there's very subtle differences between the two amount of acreages in each of these concepts for this land use designation. Again, to the bottom of each of the concepts is a short site summary to give you a better understanding of what that concept is trying to achieve. We appreciate everyone that came out last night and provided very valuable feedback in this very important process. Other ways for you to be able to provide feedback are listed on this slide. There is a QR code that if you take a picture of and go to, will lead you to the web page that allows you to fill out a survey and leave additional feedback. Also, this is the link that will take you to the web page. When the web page is open, you get started now, and in this side, you type in your name, email address, and then there's questions that will allow you to see additional maps, all the slides that we just showed, and leave feedback. Again, we want to thank you for taking the time to view this short program and to provide the valuable feedback. The Village of Bellevue is excited to partner with ISG and hope that there's excitement within the community as we take a look at what this Huron Road corridor could be. It's a vital element to the future of our community, and we want to ensure that it is a place that everyone can be proud of. Thank you, and we look forward to hearing from you soon.